We're going to be factoring these problems using the difference of squares formula. So difference of squares means if you have a squared minus b squared, that goes into a plus b and a minus b. So for these problems, we have to identify what the a and the b are when we factor it. So for this problem here, I've got 9x squared and minus 64. I need to write both of these as a quantity squared, so something squared. Now for the 9x, what I could do is I could write that as 3x, or 3 squared, and then I have x squared. And then I have 64 can be written as 8 squared. So this part here, I can rewrite it as a 3x and all that quantity squared. And then I have, of course, just the 8 by itself, and that would be squared there. So if I want to use the difference of squares formula, your a would be the 3x, because that's everything inside the parentheses. All that is being squared. And then it's the 8 squared. The 8 itself is going to be the b. So when I use the difference of squares formula, it's going to be 3x plus 8 and 3x minus 8. So 3x times 3x is 9x squared. You have a minus 24x and a plus 24x, which will cancel. And you have an 8 times negative 8, which is negative 64. So that would be the correct way to factor that by using difference of squares. Now let's take a look at the next two examples. They're going to be similar. Again, for each of these, what we want to do is write these as a quantity squared. So 81, I want to write as 9 squared, and then I have x squared. The 49 can be written as a 7 squared. Then, because you have 9 is being squared and the x is being squared, you could put that all inside one set of parentheses, all that being squared, 9x quantity squared. And then we have a 7 quantity squared as well. Then if we use the difference of squares formula, it's going to be 9x plus 7, 9x minus 7. That would be the whole thing factored. And then this last one down here, we're going to do the same way. The 10 can be written as 10 squared, and then we have x squared there. The 121 can be written as 11 squared. Then we can rewrite this as 10x quantity squared, and then minus 11 by itself we have squared, which means if we do the difference of squares formula, that's going to be 10x plus 11, 10x minus 11, because 11 is the only thing we have inside here. And so that would be fully factored. Again, you can always multiply it out to see if you did it correct. That would be 100x squared when you multiply these two. You have minus 110 and plus 110. That cancels out. And you have 11 and minus 11 multiplied to make negative 121.